Hi, I'm Peter Mary, the Fun Wedding Guy, and welcome to episode number 3. Today we're going to talk about how I got into entertaining at weddings and what my genesis was from first starting off as a wedding DJ to doing the kind of wedding entertainment I do today. I actually did my very first wedding back in 1990, completely amateur hour. I was helping a good friend from work. Her name was Denise. We worked together at Taco Time. Yeah, that was back in the days when I was in the field of high velocity culinary arts. And she was getting married and having her wedding ceremony and reception at her mom's clubhouse in her mom's apartment complex. This was about as low budget shoestring as you could get. And she didn't have any music, so we brought her home stereo equipment and I pulled together some cassette tapes and I actually played the music as she walked down the aisle in the clubhouse, and then we converted the place into a reception hall. They probably had maybe 50, 60 guests. And it was my job to just keep playing tape cassettes and make general announcements. I had no clue what I was doing. And then when they did the cake cutting, her new groom smashed cake in her face, and Denise, who was prone to have temper tantrums, threw a fit and went downstairs and never came back. Awkward! The guests were kind of stunned. One by one, they started to drift out, and eventually she and her new husband made up, and we wound up at her mom's house opening up presents, and it was just probably one of the most awkward experiences I've ever had in my life. But that was my very first experience providing music and entertainment at a wedding. So fast forward about 2 years later, I wound up in Southern California living with a friend of mine, and I was trying to find a new line of work. I didn't really know what I wanted to do. I was throwing newspapers 7 days a week in the morning for the Orange County Register. I was working at a pizza place. I'd done some work for Subway and Taco Time and Taco Bell, and you name it. If it was fast food, I had that name tag and that apron and that hairnet. So I had that collection going on, but I wanted to do something new. And I pulled out the yellow pages and started flipping through to get some ideas. And I wasn't qualified to be a dental assistant, so I kept going. And that's when I came across disc jockeys. And I remembered what I had done for Denise, and I remembered that in high school I was the one who was always plugging in CDs and pressing play and making the music keep going while everybody else was busy, drinking. And so I thought, maybe I could do this job, and I'm not shy. I've got a pretty decent voice. Maybe I should give it a shot. So I went through the yellow pages, and I made my way all the way down to the F category, where I found freestyle mobile music. Called up, spoke to the owner, Bill Whittingham, and he asked me to come in for an interview. I came in for an interview, and within a week, I was out entertaining on a high school graduation party. And I was entertaining probably 75 kids with a Laserdisc player that played karaoke. And I didn't have a mixer, I didn't have other sources of music, and they didn't really want to sing karaoke, they wanted to dance. So the next thing you know, I was encouraging a group of high school students to dance with no mixer and one big gigantic CD drawer that took forever to open and close, and yet they still had fun. Of course, the best part for me was, at the time, I was an alcoholic, and there was free beer available for us adults, and I thought, this is a great job. I get paid to play music, make people dance, and the beer's free. What could be better? For those of you who didn't know, I was a recovering alcoholic. I've been sober for 16 years now, but when I first got into the wedding entertainment business, that was one of the things that attracted me. So tomorrow, I'll tell you a little bit about my very first professional wedding. That would be the very first wedding I ever got paid for. It was on July 4th of 1992, and I'll give you all the gory details, and we'll pick up there tomorrow, right here on The Fun Wedding Guy.